Welcome into another American River College Athletics broadcast brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. Today we have the ARC men's baseball team taking on Delta College. And now with the play-by-play, I give you Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for baseball at Beaver Field here on the campus of American River College. I call it Breakfast with the Beavers. Can I say that, Stones? Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess you can see that this time.
It just sounds kind of odd.
Yeah, no, it's...
Well, that's what we're doing here at San Joaquin Delta College. The Mustangs are in town for the third game of three-game series, which they've taken the first two games in rather impressive fashion, 12-1, and yesterday 10-2. This game originally scheduled, of course, for Saturday, but somebody took a look at the Doppler, and they said, hey, how about Thursday? How are you guys doing on Thursday? And let's make it about 10 o'clock. They tried to get it a little earlier, but certain people weren't ready to go on time. And I'm not talking about the PA announcer, Matt, who also was, Stones, what's the deal with his professionalism?
Well, he's really trying.
Yeah.
He's realizing that he's stepping up in the world every single day, and today was not one day that he stepped up. I mean, let's just call it what it is.
Now, let's get down to the brass tacks. Stones McCoy, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Mark the Phantom Lowe here, Stones McCoy with me. His birthday was yesterday. He had plans last night to go out and tie one on the way old people do. So like 2 drinks and go home and watch Murder, She Wrote.
Thank you.
But he had to go ahead and forego those plans to come out here and put on a broadcast for you people. Stones McCoy, I commend you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And happy birthday.
Thank you. And I did watch Murder, She Wrote last night.
It was a good one.
See,
Jessica, well, we'll get into that
we'll
later.
talk about it later.
Let's get started. Cody Borgine, the first hitter for the Mustangs. He's followed by Brendan O'Sullivan and Dominic Rodriguez against Tyler Moore, who's on the mound for the Beavers today. Tyler at 3-3 on the season, a 4.76 ERA. His first pitch is inside for a ball. Borgine at 394, 27 runs batted in on the season. Comes out of North Medford, Oregon, North Medford High School. Left-hander against the right-hander Tyler Moore. It's hit sharply down to first base. Tatum stays down, bobbles a little bit, goes over and steps on the bag with the right foot, and that is the first out of the ball game. So Borgine is retired. Willie Tatum takes care of it himself, and Brendan O'Sullivan to the plate. Brendan playing at shortstop today, hitting at .310. He's driven in 15 runs on the season out of Amador Valley High School. Yesterday it was 10-2 in favor of the Mustangs, and on Tuesday a 12-1 game, which both games in which they got out early and put up a sizable amount against the Beavers. Morris pitches in the dirt. Dylan Herford is behind the plate today. Willie Tatum, as mentioned, down at first base. Rylan Druck at second. Darren Eels, the shortstop, and Anthony Packard over at third. Christian Ristori is out in left field. Dominic Ott in center. And Wyatt Balke in right field for the Beavers today. That one is a check swing, and it's called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on O'Sullivan. Dominic Rodriguez on deck. One ball and 1 strike. As a mysterious phone rings up here, and they're saying it's the umpires. That's outside for a ball, 2-1. I will say the umpires got ready up here, and I have not seen that much attention to detail since since prom night. I mean, you're getting ready. I mean, they had to get everything just so, and then they got a call right after the game started. 2-1 pitch is down low for a ball, so it's 3-1 on Brendan O'Sullivan. Dominic Rodriguez to follow. O'Sullivan, as mentioned, 310 on the season. Very impressive averages for the Mustangs, who are 16-2 coming into today. That is ball 4. So O'Sullivan gets the base on balls from Tyler Moore, and that'll bring up Dominic Rodriguez. 358 on the season for Dominic. 4 home runs and 26 runs batted in. He's out of Turlock. Right-handed hitting left fielder up against Tyler Moore. Moore from Del Campo High, just a freshman. Rodriguez steps in, wide open stance. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? I guess he didn't. Inside for a ball. Ever since we mentioned that about the umpire's phone ringing, we have not got 1 called strike. And I don't know if that's coincidence. It probably is. O'Sullivan leads down at first base. Here's Moore's 1-0 pitch. It is down low for a ball. 2-0. Herford behind the plate for the Beavers. We welcome everybody watching on American River College Athletics YouTube. We urge you to subscribe so that you know every time we go live with American River College home sporting event. 2-0 pitch. Hit down the third base line, but foul. That's the best way, especially when we get into the spring season now. We've got weather interfering with a lot of what's going on, and we're changing things around. So the best way for you to do it is to subscribe, and then you'll be notified whenever we go live with an event. Even if it's hastily assembled and Stones isn't really awake, he'll still let you know. 2-1 coming up to Dominic Rodriguez. Runner goes, pitches inside. The throw down look like it's in time. It is in time. Hereford throws it down to Darren Eels, and the tag is applied, and O'Sullivan is out at second base. Big play for the Beavers as the count now, I believe, is 3-1. Let's see. Yeah, 3 balls and 1 strike. Big play by Dylan Hereford right there. 3-1 pitch to Rodriguez. That's popped up in the air. Short center field coming in as Ott, still coming in, and makes the catch for the out. So big job by Tyler Moore right there to get out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Mustangs nothing, Beavers coming to bat.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Going to the bottom of the first, good inning, the top of the first for the Beavers. They gave up a walk, but then cut a runner down trying to steal and then got Rodriguez on a fly ball to center field. So Sean Head, the left-hander, comes out to take the mound for the Mustangs. He is 1-0 on the season with an ERA of 0. He's only pitched 5 innings. This will be his 4th appearance. He has 9 strikeouts and just 2 walks in those innings. John is out of Independence High School down in Brentwood, so he will face a lineup of Beavers that includes Dominic Ott, the center fielder, then Ryland Druck, the second baseman, hitting second. Evan Rice rounds out the top 3. He is the designated hitter today. Wide, bulky, batting in the cleanup spot in right field. Willie Tatum bats 5th. He plays first base. Christian Ristori is out in left field today, batting 6th. Darren Eels, the shortstop, 7th. Anthony Packard at 3rd. He'll hit 8th. And batting 9th, Dylan Hereford, the catcher. Tyler Moore on the mound for the Beavers today. And as we get ready for the bottom of the first, here is Dominic Ott, the sophomore center fielder out of Wood Creek, hitting in a respectable .280 on the season for ARC. 1 home run, 9 runs batted in. A hearty crowd out here, actually a little bit more, and people got the notice that it was an earlier start. And they're checking things out. Here's the pitch by Head. Swung on and fouled in the catcher's glove, so it's 0-1 on Dominic Ott. Game scheduled for Saturday at 1. It's now Thursday at 10. That's outside. Sales outside, 1-1. Got to get it in. That's what we got to do here. And the Mustangs at 3-2 now in conference play. They lost 2 to Santa Rosa earlier this season. That one is down low for a ball, so it's 2-1 to Dominic Ott. But as we mentioned, 16-2 on the season. Beavers stand at 3-14. I think that's 4-14. Swing and a miss by Ott. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dominic wearing number 16. Blue jerseys with red undershirts. He hits that one in the air out of play to a right. And the white pants. The Mustangs, I guess we call that black shirts, Stones McCoy, dark shirts.
Yeah, they're black shirts, gold trim with black numbers.
Yeah, so easy, just easy to discern those things. That is down low again, 3-2.
Oh, you can see them. I think you can see them just fine, can't you?
Yeah, fine. I'm perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for interjecting that. That was valuable addition to the broadcast there. He got up early, ladies and gentlemen. 3-2 pitch coming to Dominic. Foul back to the screen. Stays at 3-2. Ryland Druck, the on-deck hitter, retrieving that foul ball. Sean Head, the left-hander from the stretch. The 3-2 pitch to Dominic Ott. Oh, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. The pitch might have been out there, but Ott goes after it, and he's down on strikes for the first out. I'll bring up Ryland Druck, the second baseman. Ryland, 286 on the season, 8 runs batted in. He's been hot lately. He has been 4 for 8 in this 2-game series thus far. Ryland out of Roseville. He's a freshman. I don't see Grandma Druck here. We haven't seen her since that first time we met her. Druck fouls that one out of play to our right, so it's 0-1. Oh, Grandma's probably home watching. She's probably home checking it out. She probably subscribed to ARC Athletics YouTube, and she's watching the game at home. Probably having a cup of Joe. Ryland hits that one right back up the middle into center field, and Grandma's happy. Druck, another base hit. First hit of the game. Ryland Druck has it, and here's Evan Rice, the designated hitter. Evan hitting at .231 with 6 runs batted in on the season, the freshman out of Wood Creek. In the DH spot today, listed as a third baseman on the roster. Big right-handed hitter. 6'3", 215. Druck leads over at first base. Head comes to the plate. Swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch. 0-1 on deck. Wyatt Balke for the Beavers. Druck at first base with 1 out here. Just the second hit given up by Sean Head this season. Again, just his 6th inning of work. Left-hander throws a fastball. Misses that outside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. Mustangs started off early yesterday, 2 runs in the first 2 innings in the game down in Stockton. That one's outside as well. And Tuesday they scored first in the top of the first and then added on a couple in the middle of the game. So both games they've gotten out to a start on the Beavers. ARC trying to come back and pay him back in this one as Druck singles with 1 out. He's at first base. And Rice at the plate with Balke to follow. 2-1 pitch coming up from Sean Head. He's going to go over to first base instead. That's Grant MacArthur over at first. Brian McClellan is at second. Brendan O'Sullivan at short and Tyler Toby at third. Behind the plate, Logan Mock. In left, Dominic Rodriguez. In center, it's Cody Borngine. And Mateo Garcia is out in right for the Mustangs. 2-1 coming up from Head. Here it is. Fouled back again by Evan Rice, so it evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are scheduled, our next appearance will be next Tuesday out here at AR. We're going to be taking care of the Beaver softball team, taking on, I believe, Modesto Junior College. Obviously, weather permitting. And again, keep your eyes on the YouTube, and we'll let you know. 2-2 pitch. That is call strike 3. So Rice is down on strike. Second strikeout for Sean Head, and that will bring up Wyatt Balke. The right fielder hitting at .282 with a home run and 7 runs batted in. Balke steps in from the right side. Head's coming to the plate with it, and it is in there for a call strike going 1. Wyatt Balke, freshman also out of Wood Creek, 6'5", 205. A pitcher and outfielder playing in right field today. 0-1 pitch. Big breaking ball is too high. 1-1 on Wyatt Balke. There goes the runner. The pitch is down low. The throw to second base. Druck slides in. He is tagged out. So 2 runners have tried stealing this inning. 2 runners have been cut down. And he is out at second base. So no runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We go to the second. We have no score.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the second, both teams get a base runner. Both teams try to steal, and both teams have that base runner thrown out. That's the story of the first inning. We move on to the second. Grant MacArthur, Logan Mock, and Brian McClellan, the first three hitters for the Mustangs against Tyler Moore. MacArthur, 345, 5 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Grant out of Granite Hills High School in El Cajon. He takes the first pitch right down the middle from Tyler Moore. No balls and 1 strike. Right-hander against right-hander. Breaking ball's in there again. Calls strike 2. So 0-2 on MacArthur, and he gave the big sigh up there. Big right-handed hitter. Going to walk around a little bit. Come back in. He's very close to the plate on the right side. That is a breaking ball. Just misses 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on MacArthur, and I think he might be as close as anybody I've ever seen from the right side. If there was a line there, he would definitely be over it. It's hit well into right center field. Dominic Ott's on his horse, gets over there, reaches up and makes the catch. Nice play, Dominic Ott getting in under that one. A line drive from MacArthur for the first out. And that'll bring up Logan Mock, the catcher. Logan at 370 on the season. That's 4 runs batted in this series. He has 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in for the season. On a Granada High down in Livermore. Logan Mock, also pretty close to the plate, but nowhere near as close as MacArthur. Moore's first pitch is down in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the second, 1 out here from Beaver Field. And then I'll say overcast Thursday morning of activity. That's chopped foul down the third baseline over by the dugout. I don't know if that was Coach Jay over there, but that was not good pursuit. Yeah, that was, I got to talk to him about that. You know, because his kid is a real fine baseball player, and he's got to up his game if he's going to match him. I mean, he's in the LLWS, we call it. Look out, that one's inside for a ball, 2-1. So Coach Jay, he's got to, up his game, and that was just not. Of course, it is a little, he's an older gentleman, and it is kind of cold outside, so I understand that. No gloves, that's true. 2-1 pitch on the outside corner, call strike 2, 2-2. Brian McClellan, the second baseman, in the number 6 spot. He is on deck for the Mustangs. Right now, 2-2 on Logan Mott. Moore from the windup. Swing and a miss, ball in the dirt. Bouncing on it is Herford. He's going to have to hurry to get it down to first, and he doesn't. It's off the glove of Tatum, and Mock is going to be safe at first base. Came out, took a little extra time, and throw was a little bit too high, so reaching on the air is Mock. First error of the game for the Beavers, and then I'll bring up Brian McClellan, a 375 hitter on the season. Brian from Vacaville High School. This is what plagued the Beavers on Tuesday when they had 5 errors in that game. Fastball's inside for a ball. Yesterday they had played better ball defensively, but did allow half a dozen walks to the Mustangs. And so the free base runners, what's hurting them, one of the things hurting them in these first 2 games. And down at first base is Mock. Throw over there. by Moore, and Mock gets back safely. So McClellan at the plate, 1 out. First strikeout of the game. Moore gets credit for the strikeout. That one's hit high up in the air to right field, but out of play. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. On Brian McClellan, Josh Pernetti, the designated hitter, is on deck. Mock with a moderate lead over at first base. Fastball on the outside corner, call strike 2. Good location by Tyler Moore on that fastball, and he has had the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Brian McClellan. Looking in, Dylan Herforth behind the plate today. A little bit bigger lead by Mock over at first. Here's the pitch. He goes, and it's fouled out of play over to our right. So Mock had a little bit better lead that time and took off. But with 2 strikes, McClellan has to protect the plate, and he did so to the tune of a foul ball. So it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes here. 1 out in the second. Beavers and Mustangs. 1-2 pitch is hit high up in the air behind the plate. Everybody's going to give chase. Actually, Willie Tatum is, and you might have heard it there hit on top of us right there. Not the same as when it hits on top of you at the softball stadium with a little lower roof over there and a little bigger thump, if you will. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll be back there, as we mentioned, next Tuesday. Beavers take on Modesto Junior College. Here's the pitch. It's down in the dirt and the runner goes, and there's going to be no throw. So Mock is down at second base in scoring position. Now it's 2-2 on Brian McClellan. Beavers softball took a doubleheader. We were there the other day against Solano College. They are back, I believe, in conference play was scheduled for this Saturday. Don't know if they made an adjustment to that schedule at all. Here's the 2-2 coming up to McClellan. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not back here at Beaver Field for Stones Radio Networks and YouTube until the 23rd, I believe, against Sierra College. Thursday the 23rd. We're back. So we get a little break from Beaver Field. We will be over at the softball diamond for a couple of events. That is call strike 3. McClellan thought he had himself a walk. He is down on strikes. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Josh Pernetti. We're at the softball field on the 14th, and I believe there's a doubleheader on the 18th as we'll take on Sac City. That will be a big one. But for right now, it's baseball, and it's Josh Pernetti, the designated hitter. 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in for Josh out of Ceres High School. Left-hander takes high and outside, ball 1, 1-0. Pernetti with a 205 batting average coming in from the left side. Tyler Tobey, the third baseman, is on deck. With 2 outs, Mock, who struck out, reached on an error, and then stole second. He is out in scoring position. That's fouled back to the screen by Pernetti. 1-1 on Josh Pernetti. Tyler Moore 3-3 on the season, a 4.76 earned run average. Got a win in the last time we were out here against Modesto, a game that the Beavers won 13-2. Tremendous display. Possibly the game of the year so far. Here comes the 1-1 to Pernetti. There goes the runner. He swings and hits it up in the air toward left field. Giving chase is Ristori. It looks like he's going to be out of play, and it is. So Mock taking off from second base, but Pernetti took the pitch out to left field but out of play, and it's 1-2 on Josh. He steps in from the left side. Slightly closed stance from that left side against the right-hander, Tyler Moore. Moore checks the runner at second. He comes to the plate. Breaking ball's lined down the first base line, but foul. Willie Tatum pointed out it was foul, so playing first base and umpiring down the line. Ball was hit hard by Pernetti, but foul by about 15 feet down there. So we go back. It's 1 and 2 again to Pernetti. Mock staying at second base. Eels behind him at shortstop with the left-handed hitter. He's shaded over a little bit towards second base, so holding the runner on. There he darts behind him. Now he's out of play. Here's Moore's pitch. Lined on one hop to second base. Druck has it. Takes his time over to first, and he got him. Good job by Tyler Moore to get out of the inning around the air. No runs. One left. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Mustangs nothing and the Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
That means me, Mark Phantom Lowe, along with Stones McCoy. Bottom of the second here from Beaver Field in the early game today between the Beavers and the Delta Mustangs. And we've got Wyatt Balke, Willie Tatum, and Christian Ristori coming up. The first three against Sean Head, the left-hander. No score here in the bottom of the second. Good job by Tyler Moore to pitch around the air in the top of the inning. And here's the first pitch on the way to Balke. He swings and misses. He was at the plate when Riley Druck tried to steal second in the bottom of the first. He was gunned down by Logan Mock. Takes it outside for a ball, 1-1. Sean Head on the mound for the Mustangs, 1-0 on the season. 5 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. That one is outside for a ball, 2-1. Ryland Druck single in the first, just, the second hit of the season off of Sean Head. That's fouled back to the screen, so it's 2-2 on Wyatt Balke. Balke, Willie Tatum, and Christian Ristori, the first three. Against Sean Head as the Beavers try to put something on the board here. That's fouled out of play by Wyatt. 2-2. Wyatt at .282 on the season does have a home run and 7 runs batted in. Big breaking ball is too high. That brings us to a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. From the windup, Sean Head delivers the 3-2, sails high and outside. Easy take for Wyatt Balke, and he's got the base on balls. He'll go down to first base, and Willie Tatum comes to the plate. Willie at 115 on the season with 2 runs batted in. 6'3" sophomore out of Grand High School. Looking down at Coach Jay at third base. Coach Jay probably still stinging from the rebuke that we gave him about his defensive prowess. But we'll discuss that later. Yeah, you got to make the clean plays down at whatever you're doing over by the dugout or down at third. Tatum shows bunt. He bunts it up in the air back toward the screen and a foul ball. 0-1 on Willie Tatum. Sons McCoy still, excuse me, still the effects of his birthday dinner last night, I think. He didn't get the dinner he wanted to have because nobody knew it was his birthday. But here's the pitch. Tatum takes outside. He had a big night planned with the missus, and then he got the call, hey, that baseball game that's going to be Saturday at 1? No, it's tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. We need you out here. I'm saying 8:30, something like that. So he had to curtail his plans, the poor guy. Tatum shows bunt. Head looks at first base. He's going to go to first base. And back is Wyatt Balky. So, you know how it was anticipation, because he thought, hey, I'm going to go down, check out a couple sake bombs. That's what you do on your birthday when you're Stones McCoy. Here's the pitch. Willie takes high for a ball, 2-1. But those plans curtailed by his duties here as the titular head of the Stones Radio Networks, presenting the American River College Athletics on YouTube, as we are very, very happy to do. About a year ago, we started doing it, as a matter of fact. 2-1 pitch coming up. Tatum does not show bunt. He swings and fouls it out of play, 2-2. Started off in the middle of the baseball season last year and made full circle and, made stops at about 7 different sports along the way, and now we're back to baseball. 2-2. Balky leads at first base. Pitch to Tatum. He fouls it off again. Might have got a piece of Logan Mock back there, so we might have a temporary delay. Is got it on the fingers maybe. And the umpire, and we've taken some shots at the umpire already today, but he's a fine fellow. He walks it out to Sean Head so that Logan Mock has a chance to kind of get himself back together here. And we might have said something about the umpires taking a while to get ready or their phone going off in the middle of the game and stuff, but we like them. They seem like fine fellows. Stones McCoy seemed to make a real good friend. I think the home plate umpire was the one that, it was the base umpire that he really had a connection with. A horticultural connection, I think. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So Tatum is down on strikes. The third strikeout for Sean Head, and here is Christian Ristori. Christian, a freshman out of Whitney High School, 6'2", 190. Hitting 0.50 so far this season in limited action, so he's getting the start today in left field for Coach Jay. Up here with Balky at first base. First pitch is a fastball, misses the outside corner. Got that tailing fastball by Sean Head. 1 ball and no strikes. Darren Eels, the shortstop, on deck. We're in the bottom of the second. No score so far. Balky leads at first. He got the base on balls to open the bottom of the second. That's high and outside. 2-0 on Christian Ristori. Balky with the lead at first. Pretty modest lead over there. Head looks him over 2-0 pitch. Ristori takes high and outside, ball 3. So 3 pitches in basically the same area. Easy takes for Christian Ristori, and he is ahead in the count 3-0. Looks down to Coach Jay to get some counsel, get some guidance, and steps back in against Head. Balky with an even shorter lead this time. And that is right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Christian probably going, I wish I could have swung at that one. That was the one I kind of liked. But he's still ahead in the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Anthony Packard to follow, the third baseman, and then Dylan Herforth, the bottom 2 in the order for the Beavers today. 3-1 pitch coming. Popped up. Infield, second baseman calling for it. That's McClellan. He has got it at second base for the second out of the inning. So Ristori pops out to second. 2 outs, and that will bring up Darren Eels, the shortstop, out of Bear Creek High down in Stockton. Hitting at 180 on the season. Has a home run. Has driven in 8 runs. And he's up here with 2 outs and Balky down at first base. Eels takes that one in for a strike on 1, so Head gets ahead in the count against Darren Eels. No balls in 1 strike. Balky leading off at first base. Eels hits that one out of play behind us. 0-2. Sean Head out of Independence High School down in Brentwood. The left-hander comes in with the 1-0 mark. Mustangs come in with a 16-2 record, 2-2 or 3-2 now in conference play. Eels takes down low for a ball. 1-2 on Darren. Anthony Packard on deck, hoping to get a chance this inning against Sean Head. Balke, who walked to open the inning, he is still down at first base. 1-2 coming up to Darren Eels. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So 2 strikeouts in the inning, no runs, 1 left. At the end of 2, we've got the Mustangs nothing and the Beavers nothing.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Coming back for the top of the third here from Beaver Field. Mustangs nothing, Beavers nothing. It'll be Tyler Toby, Mateo Garcia, and then Cody Boragine, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Delta Mustangs order against Tyler Moore. So far, Moore has allowed 2 base runners, 1 on a walk and 1 actually on an error after he struck out Logan Mock. He reached first when the throw got away down to first base. So he reached base but was stopped there as McClellan struck out, and then Pernetti grounded out to second to end the second. So here's Tyler Toby hitting .404 on the season, 2 home runs and 17 runs batted in. Tyler from Franklin High down in Elk Grove. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander Tyler Moore. Right down the middle with a fastball, 0-1 on Tyler Toby. Moore working quickly. That one is an off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. 0-2 on Tyler Toby. So Moore getting a leg up there. The freshman out of Del Campo. 6 foot 175. Here's the 0-2 from the windup. Check swing, did he go? I thought he did. He did. He's rung up by the first base umpire, and a strikeout to open the third inning. I'm thinking a little bit ahead of myself there. And the 8th batter actually struck out, so that'll bring up Mateo Garcia. Third strikeout for Tyler Moore. Garcia hitting at a pretty crisp .438 for the season. 4 for 7 in the 2 games of this series so far, and he has driven in 11 runs on the year. He hits a line drive out to right field. That's going to get down. Balke going after it. Mateo going to round first. He's looking at second. Balke picks it up and gets it in, and Garcia retreats to first base with a single. First hit of the game for the Mustangs. It's a Mateo Garcia single down the line. He's now 5 for 8 in this series, and that brings up Cody Borangine, who grounded out to first base his first time up. The leadoff hitter at .394, and 27 runs batted in for the Mustangs. Cody from North Medford, Oregon, North Medford High School. Left-handed hitting center fielder. Good lead at first by Garcia. More to the plate is call strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Mustangs tried to steal in the first inning. They were cut down. They also had runner going in the second on a couple of pitches, but they were fouled off. So they have been starting the runners, and again, Garcia with a good lead at first base. Next pitch, Borangine takes in there, calls strike 2. He thinks they're a little bit low. And 0-2 on Cody. Brendan O'Sullivan, the shortstop, to follow Borangine here in the third inning. Tyler Doby struck out, a single by Mateo Garcia. Here's the 0-2. Borgin fouls that one right back to the screen. 0-2. Garcia takes his lead off at first base. Moore checks him. Goes over to first base to try to keep him close. Tyler Moore, 28 and a third innings coming into today. 22 walks and 22 strikeouts. He's got a walk and he's got 3 strikeouts so far today. Garcia with the lead, creeps out a little bit more. He goes. Here's the pitch. It's hit sharply into right field past Tatum for a base hit. Going around second, going to third is Garcia, so the Mustangs have something going here in the third. First and third with just 1 out, and Brendan O'Sullivan coming to the plate. Second hit of the inning, second hit of the game for Delta, and that will bring up O'Sullivan, who walked his first time up. Willie Tatum holding the runner at first base. Maybe if he was in regular position without a runner, he might have had a chance at that one, but the way he was aligned, no chance. He made the dive but couldn't get there. Balky runs it down in right field, gets it back in, but no chance to keep Garcia at second base. He's over at third. Here's O'Sullivan. Right-hand hitting shortstop against Moore. Let's see if Borgin wants to take off from first base. Moderate lead, but there he goes. Pitches in there for a strike to throw. No, it's going to be a bluff throw, and Borgin is going to slide into second base safely. So second and third now for the Mustangs, and O'Sullivan with a no-ball, 1-strike count. Dominic Rodriguez on deck. Packard in at third. Tatum pretty much in at first. Middle infield is back. 0-1 coming to O'Sullivan. Breaking ball's fouled back to the screen. So quickly ahead 0-2 is Tyler Moore. Eight of the 9 starters for the Mustangs, over 300 in their averages, 2 of them over 400, including Mateo Garcia, who's down at third base after singling. Moving up on the single by Borgin. 0-2 on O'Sullivan. Right-hand hitter, he's also rather close to the plate. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Dylan Herforth behind the dish for the Beavers today. Keeping that one from going back to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the third. Look back at second base for Moore. Here it is. Breaking ball's hit up high in the air, right field way. Balky's going to give chase. It's going to be a foul ball, and it drops harmlessly down the right field line. So we'll do it again. So the Mustangs 16-2 on the year. Beavers 4-15, and 1-4 in conference play. Delta 3-2 in conference play. The 2 they've lost were close affairs with a combined 3-run march into Santa Rosa. 1-2 coming up again to O'Sullivan. That's chopped back up the middle. That's going to be cut off by Eels, it looks like, but he's going to save a run. But it's going to be an infield single and an RBI for Brendan O'Sullivan, and the Mustangs lead this one 1-0. So Garcia comes around to score. Again, Eels knocking it down in short center field means that Borgin had to stop at third, but it's first and third still, and now here comes Dominic Rodriguez. Just a big chopper up the middle, perfectly placed by O'Sullivan. He gets his 16th run batted into the season. Garcia scores the first run of the game, and here's Rodriguez, who flied to center his first time up. 1 out. He takes a fastball in there for a strike. Beavers would like to keep the runner at first base to keep that double play in order. Let's see if they can do that as Rodriguez up here. .358 on the season coming in, 4 home runs. He's driven in 26. He's out of Turlock High. They're going to try to keep the runner close at first as Moore throws over to Willie Tatum just to keep O'Sullivan close over there. 3 hits in the inning and a run had scored after opening the inning with a strikeout. Good lead over there by O'Sullivan. He's going. There's the pitch. Look out. And it hit Dominic Rodriguez, a tailing fastball. So that's going to load the bases. Second free pass from Moore today. The first one was a walk back in the first, and it'll bring up Grant MacArthur, who had a lined shot into right center field his first time up that was caught by Dominic Ott. MacArthur, 345, 5 home runs, 25 batted in. Bases are loaded here in the third, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound for a second. We'll step back. We are in the top of the third. Right now it's Delta 1 and the Beavers nothing.
Back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
The meeting on the mound is over. We are ready to get going here. Grant MacArthur coming back to the plate with the bases loaded. And just 1 out, 1 run in so far. MacArthur 0 for 1 so far. Here's the pitch. Takes that one right down the middle, but it's called a ball, so I guess I don't know what right down the middle means anymore. A little bit low, Stone said. There's no way he could have seen that, but I'm going to take his word for it. He's watching it on the beautiful, pristine pictures that he's giving all of you lucky watchers or lucky viewers out there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is high. Even I can see that. 2-0. Logan Mock on deck. Two-0 pitch coming up by Moore. Right down. That's right down the middle. Come on. 2 balls and 1 strike. Stones McCoy a little bit active today. I mean, first of all, he had to get up very early to get here, and he thought it was, his birthday was last night. Also, he is going to be, I just found this out, we have a game on the 18th, a doubleheader for Sac City against the Beavers softball, and he'll be taking off right after that game. 2-1 pitch coming up to MacArthur. That's outside, ball 3. Because we don't have another one until the 23rd, so he's going to take off and take a buddy and head on down to Arizona for a little bit of spring training action. Big Giants fan. Obviously going to catch the Guardians while he's in Arizona, because who doesn't do that? But it sounds like a heck of a lot of fun, and he is pretty excited about the whole thing, I might say. 3 balls and 1 strike. Line drive, short line drive right field. That's going to get down in front of Balke. Running out there as Druck picks it up. He's going to try to get it to the plate. The second runner gets across. The tag is put on. What a play by Ryland Druck to throw out the runner at the plate. 1 run did score, but O'Sullivan is cut down on the throw by Ryland Druck. So it's an RBI single for MacArthur. Second run scores, but thrown out at the plate is O'Sullivan. For the second out of the inning. That was a blooper out into right field. It was a line drive that just dropped right out of the sky, and Druck ran out there, picked it up, twirled and gunned it to home plate, and retired the runner. Rodriguez is over at third. That's a ground ball down the third baseline foul. That is Logan Mock at the plate. So Rodriguez did make it to third. MacArthur is at first. He gets the RBI, his 26th of the year. It is 3-0. That is inside for a ball. 2-0. My bad. O'Sullivan thrown at the plate. It was just such an unusual play. I was like, what? What I said? It was crazy. 1-1 on Logan Mock. High fly ball hit well to right field. Bulky, though, in his tracks. Reaches up and makes the catch. So Ryland Druck with a big play shuts it down, but the Mustangs still score 2. We go to the bottom of the third. Mustangs 2, Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the third, Sean Head out on the mound for the Mustangs. He now has a 2-0 lead, not 3-0 like some people try to give him. But he will face Anthony Packard, then Dylan Herforth, and Dominic Ott, the top of the order for the Beavers, 8, 9, and 1. Beavers with 1 hit so far. Head has 3 strikeouts over the first 2 innings. So on the season, he's thrown 7 innings, given up 2 hits, and has 12 strikeouts. Very impressive for the left-hander out of Brentwood. Fishing up his warm-up tosses here as we are endeavoring to beat the weather. And so far, I don't want to say anything, but so far we're beating the weather. Okay, that's it. Say that really quickly so we can get going. Bottom of the third. Packard, 204 on the year for Anthony, the freshman out of Colfax. Pretty much the regular third baseman for the Beavers this season. He steps in, the right-hander against the left-hander, Sean Head. Logan Mock behind the plate. Packard shows bunt, pulls the bat back at tie for a ball 1-0. Dylan Herforth on deck, the catcher, the number 9 hitter. That one is down low, so it's 2-0 on Anthony Packard. Head has given up 1 base on balls today. He was 3-0 on Christian Ristori in the last inning, but came back and got him. Swing and a miss on a high fastball by Packard, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Anthony. Third game of the series, the Mustangs took the first 2. Packard takes that one in there for a strike, so it's 2-2. 12-1 on Tuesday, then 10-2 yesterday down in Stockton. This one moved up from Saturday. Here's the 2-2. Packard takes right down the middle, calls strike 3. 5th strikeout for Sean Head, and here is Dylan Herforth, the catcher, looking for his first hit of the season in limited action so far for Dylan. He's out of El Camino High School, a freshman. Worn number 10 for the Beavers. First pitch is in there for a call strike. So 2 strikeouts for Head in the first inning, 2 in the second, and 1 here in the third. Herforth takes outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, third inning. Swings and misses on that one, an inside fastball. 1-2, Dylan had himself quite the cut. Dominic Ott to follow. Swing and a miss, high fastball. So 2 strikeouts open the bottom of the third, and here's Dominic Ott, who struck out in the bottom of the first. He is hitting at a .280 clip, the sophomore out of Wood Creek. A home run and 9 batted in. Trying to get something started, Ryland Druck to follow. Ott swings and misses at that one, 0-1. So Head working from in front of the hitters here in the third. He'd been behind in the first 2 innings. Dominic swings and misses at 1 outside. So it's quickly 0-2 on number 16, Dominic Ott. 5'10" sophomore out of Wood Creek. Fouls that one back to the screen. Still 0-2 as Ryland Druck comes out and picks up that foul ball. 0-2 on Dominic Ott. 2-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Struck out all three Beavers in the third, so we go to the fourth. The Mustangs lead this one 2-0.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the fourth. Testing 1, 2, 3. If you don't push the button, it's not going to turn the mic on. Top of the fourth, Brian McClellan, Josh Pernetti, and Tyler Tobey against Tyler Moore. Mustangs with 2 runs on 4 hits there in the third inning to take the 2-0 lead. That one's chopped foul down by the dugout off the bat of Brian McClellan, who struck out looking back in the second. McClellan at .375 on the season from Vacaville High Bulldogs. I believe they're the Bulldogs. 0-1 to McClellan's low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-handed hitter with a slightly open stance against the right-hander Tyler Moore. Chop foul down the third base line past the dugout. 1-2 on Brian McClellan. Josh Pernetti, the DH, is on deck. Here's the 1-2 from Moore. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Good pitch by Tyler. His 4th strikeout of the game. And here's Josh Pernetti, who had a sharp grounder to second base for his first appearance. So he was 0 for 1 so far.
Number 23, designated there, Josh Pernetti.
Pernetti, a left-handed hitter, takes inside for a ball. One-0 pitch is hit sharply, this time to the left of second, into right field for a base hit. So Pernetti hits it not quite as hard, but a little bit better placed to the left of Druck this time. He's got a single, clean single to right. 5th hit of the game for the Mustangs, and that will bring up Tyler Tobey.
For 11, third baseman Tyler Tobey.
Tyler struck out to open the third inning before the fireworks for the Mustangs. Tyler at .404 coming in, 2 home runs, 17 batted in. He's got Pernetti down at first base now. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1 to Tyler Tobey. From Franklin High down in Elk Grove, batting in the number 8 spot, the number 9 hitter Mateo Garcia on deck. Short lead at first. He shows bunt. Tyler Tobey puts it down the third base line. Packard comes in on the run, gets it, picks it up, and throws him out at first. The sacrifice is successful. Pernetti makes it down to second base. And here's Mateo Garcia with 2 outs. Garcia, 438 coming in, and had a clean single to right his first time and scored a run. So trying to put a runner on second in position to score with a very hot hitter coming up. Mateo is 5 for 8 in the series so far. He's driven in 11 runs on the season from the number 9 spot, playing in right field for Delta. Pernetti out at second base, shouted by Eels. Pitches a breaking ball, and it drops in there for a strike, 0-1. Top of the order, Cody Boragin to follow Mateo Garcia with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Moore checks the runner at second base. Fastball misses inside, so it's 1-1 on Mateo Garcia. Coming to us from Pittman High down in Turlock. Stones McCoy picking up some literature to look up a statistic, which always scares me, because I never know what he's going to do with information. It's really dangerous. He gets an idea in his head. Here's the 1-1. Garcia, check swing. Did he go? He did not, according to the base umpire. 2 balls and 1 strike. They could have checked with me. I would have said he did. But then again, I could be accused of bias. 2-1. Stones McCoy was checking the American River roster to see if he's listed as some sort of coach, I guess. I don't know what the 2-1. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch by Tyler Moore, 2-2. I'm not going to say that, what you just said, Stones. As a coach, as a bullpen coach, he's been a coach of, Lincoln Potter's summer baseball. He's been a coach on that team. At least they told him he was, and they gave him a shirt that said coach. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball just misses that outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cody Boragin to follow, 3-2 with Pernetti out at second base, 2 outs, top of the 4th. And the temperature has climbed to a 42 maybe. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Nice pitch by Tyler Moore. 2 strikeouts in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Mustangs 2, the Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the 4th. Just telling Stones McCoy, sometimes, when you're driving your car down the road and you come across another model that's just like your car, but it looks so much better than your car, it just, first of all, it freaks you out. It shames you a lot. But I'm over that because I'm old. But it's just kind of like, whoa, it's like a, metaverse kind of thing, like that's what I was thinking of. That's what I always think of these days is the metaverse. Ryland Druck starting us off in this universe. Then Evan Rice and Wyatt Balky, the first 3 hitters for the Beavers as they trail it 2-0 against Sean Head. Druck takes high for a ball. Ryland 1 for 1 in this game. The only hit off Sean Head, who has gone through the first 3 innings with 7 strikeouts. Allowed just 1 hit and 1 walk. Druck fouls that one out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike on the freshman from Roseville, hitting at .286 coming in. 8 runs batted in for Ryland. Big breaking ball drops in there for a strike, 1-2. Ryland was a little bit slow starting this season, getting acclimated. Then he had a 5-hit game a couple weeks ago, and since then he has been on a tear and a fixture in the lineup for Coach Jay. Here's the 1-2. There's a breaking ball that doesn't quite get the plate, although Sean Head felt that it did. And it was a good-looking pitch on his behalf, I will say. However, it was a little high and kind of broke a little bit too late for my liking. 2-2 pitch. Druck hits that one high up in the air right side. First baseman, that's MacArthur, calling for it on the outfield grass and makes the catch for the first out. So Druck pops out to the first baseman. He's 1 for 2, and that'll bring up Evan Rice. Struck out looking back in the first inning, did Evan Rice, so he is 0 for 1. Game in at 2:31, the freshman out of Wood Creek. He has 6 runs batted in as well. He's got an open stance from the right side against the left-hander Sean Head. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 0-1. Wyatt Balky to follow. 2, 3, and 4 this inning for the Beavers. Druck retired on the pop-up, so 1 down. Fouled back to the screen quickly, 0-2. Head, notice this in the third inning, getting ahead of the hitters and working from ahead. 0-2 on Evan Rice. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Rice is down on strikes. That's 8 strikeouts for Sean Head, and that'll bring up Wyatt Balky, who got a base on balls back in the second inning. Led it off with a base on balls, stayed at first base for the remainder of the inning. So Wyatt looking for that first official at bat here as he steps in on the right side against the left-hander Sean Head. Fouls that one back to the screen quickly, 0-1. Wyatt can reach base. Willie Tatum on deck. Sean Head in quite the comfortable rhythm out there on the mound right now. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 9 strikeouts and 2 walks in 5 innings on the season coming in for Sean Head. He had a 1-0 record with a 0 ERA. Swing and a miss. He got him on strike. So 2 more strikeouts for Head in the 4th. We go to the 5th. The Mustangs lead this one 2-0.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the 5th, top of the order for the Mustangs. They lead it 2-0. Cody Boragine, Brendan O'Sullivan, and Dominic Rodriguez against Tyler Moore as we moved. I don't want to jinx this, but we moved quite quickly through the first 4 innings of this one. I think part of it is the fact that all the batters are very cold. I think that might have something to do with it. Also, Tyler Moore and Sean Head especially have been very impressive on the mound for the 2 teams. Here's Boragine, who was grounded at first and singled, so he is 1 for 2. Came in at .394, the center fielder from North Medford. He hits a high fly ball out to right field. Going back is Balky, still going back, looks up, reaches up, and makes the catch right in front of the warning track out there at the 370 mark for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Brendan O'Sullivan. Brendan with a walk and a single in this one, so he is 1 for 1. Had an RBI back in the 3rd inning when the Mustangs scored both of their runs. Out of Amador Valley is Brendan. And kudos to the fan who just said, come on, Brendan, which means that she's coming up from the Stockton area perhaps or wherever. And kudos to her for coming out here and doing that. I don't know when she figured out the game was starting at 10, but she got here before Stones McCoy. And may I say, PA announcer Matt. 0-1 pitch is outside, who just sauntered in like, he's sauntered in. The game was supposed to start at 10. They were thinking about starting earlier, so he just saunters in when he feels like it. And that one's in the dirt, 2-1. Matt, of course, very rabbit ears because he's like 200 feet away, and he still can hear us talking about him and is pleading his case. Oh, come on, man. Come on, I was here before the game started. Oh, great. If that's the standard you hold yourself to, good. Here's the 2-1. That is down low for a ball, 3-1. The problem is he does a great job. So he can't be too mean about it. But then again, he's, letting it go to his head a little bit. What time's the game? What time? I'll be there. I'll be there, okay? Relax. 3-1. Outside, ball 4. So O'Sullivan reaches base for the third time in a row. He's down at first with one out, and Dominic Rodriguez coming to the plate. Fly to center back in the first, and Dominic hit by a pitch in the third, so he is 0 for 1. Big right-handed hitting left fielder out of Turlock High. Good lead at first by O'Sullivan, who was cut down stealing in the first. Rodriguez rips that one down the left field line. That's over the head of the left fielder all the way down to the corner. Here comes O'Sullivan around third. The ball retrieved. Got in there. Won't be a throw at the plate. It's a RBI double for Rodriguez, and the Mustangs lead this one 3-0. All over that one to drive it into the corner. Ristori could do nothing but just try to chase it down. A good jump by O'Sullivan. He scored easily. It's now 3-0 and an RBI for Rodriguez. That's his 27th run batted into the season. He is out at second base. With one out, and here's Grant MacArthur, who is singled and flied to center. His single was a little bloop single into right field back in the third. Drove in a run. Moore checks the runner at second base. MacArthur takes outside for a ball. 1-0 on Grant MacArthur. RBI was his 26th of the season. Hitting at .345 coming in, 1 for 2 on the day. Logan Mock, the catcher, to follow. Rodriguez out at second base. 1 run in here in the 5th. Breaking ball, nice pitch by Tyler Moore in there for a strike. 1-1 on Grant MacArthur. Tyler Moore, the right-hander from Del Campo on the hill for the Beavers, working in his 5th inning today. He's given up 6 hits. Another breaking ball, and that's hit down the left field line. Giving chase is Ristori, and that is down again. Runner coming around from second to score Rodriguez, and they're going to just change places as that's an RBI double for Grant MacArthur, and it's now 4-0 for San Joaquin Delta. Taking it down the left field line, he went to right center and right field his first 2 times. That one right down the left field line, and he drives in a run. Second hit of the inning, second double of the inning for the Mustangs. They are now up 4-0, and here's Logan Mock, who was struck out and fly to right, so he is 0 for 2 in this one. Now MacArthur out on second base. Breaking ball's chopped over the head of the third baseman Packard into left field. That's a base hit. We're going to have 3 straight doubles. It looks like as Ristori picks it up, tries to get it in. His throw's a little bit offline, and so 3 straight doubles. 2 of them RBI. Actually, all 3 of them RBI doubles. And it is now 5-0 in favor of the Mustangs as MacArthur comes around third and comes in to score the 3rd run of the inning. Brings up Brian McClellan, the second baseman, as Dylan Herforth goes out to talk to Tyler Moore. Boragine flew out to right to start the inning. Then O'Sullivan got the base on balls. Then 3 straight doubles, Rodriguez, MacArthur, and Mock, all driving in runs. Mock with his 16th RBI of the season. Looks like David Centeno is out throwing in the bullpen for the Beavers. And here is McClellan, who struck out twice today, came in with a .375 average, but 0 for 2 some. First pitch coming. It's inside for a ball, 1-0. McClellan with a home run and 20 runs batted in to go with that .375 average. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw to third is a little bit too high, and sliding in safely is Logan Mock. So he is now down at third with one out here in the fifth. A 1 ball, 1 strike count. I thought that was called a strike. So it's 1-1. Infield in for the Beavers. McClellan waits for the 1-1. High for a ball from Moore. 2 balls and 1 strike on Brian McClellan. Josh Pernetti, the DH, on deck. 1 out here in the fifth. 3 runs in. Joe's bunt. He bunts it down the first base line. Willie Tatum's going to let that go foul, and luckily it does, as it was a perfect safety squeeze by Brian McClellan until it rolled foul. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on McClellan. Nothing Willie Tatum could do except for hope that rolled foul, because there was no way they were going to get Mock coming in from third base. Evens the count at 2-2. Still just 1 out here in the fifth. 3 runs across for the Mustangs. 2-2 pitch, and I think it hit him on the left forearm, so he will go down to first base. Second hit batter by Moore. First and third now, and that'll bring up Josh Pernetti, who grounded sharply to second base and then hit a ground ball by second baseman Rylan Druck his second time, so he is 1 for 2. 205 on the season. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Here goes Coach Dan. I think we might have a pitching change. David Centeno, as we said, was warming up. We'll be back with notification of that pitching change right after this. We're in the top of the fifth, and the Mustangs lead 5-0.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Networks.
David Centeno, the new pitcher for the Beavers. He comes on in relief of Tyler Moore, who goes 4 1/3 innings. Centeno, the right-hander, out of Roseville High, the freshman, will come on with a runner at first and third, and Josh Pernetti at the plate. Left-hand hitting DH. Left-hander against the right-hander, Centeno. First pitch is lined into right field. Balke comes in, still coming in. It's going to be down in front of him. It's a base hit. 1 run will score, and moving to second base is Brian McClellan, the RBI single for Pernetti. His 12th RBI of the season as Mock comes across the plate. 4th run of the inning for the Mustangs, and that'll bring up Tyler Toby, the third baseman. Centeno's 9th appearance on the season. He is 0-2 with an 0.98 ERA. 18 innings and just 10 hits. Make that 11 after that base hit by Pernetti. And Toby, who has struck out in sacrifice, comes up. Right-hand hitting third baseman. Takes it outside for a ball. 1-0. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. Runner going from second. He's into third. So first and third now on Toby. 4:04 coming in. 2 home runs, 17 runs batted in for Tyler out of Franklin High down in Elk Grove. Centeno's pitch is inside for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes on Tyler Toby. Mateo Garcia to follow, the number 9 hitter. Would be the 9th hitter of the inning. Fastball right down the middle by David Centeno. 3-1 on Tyler Toby. 4 runs in, 1 out. Runners at first and third for the Mustangs. That's a line drive off the glove of Centeno. He's going to run it down and throw it to first. A runner will score. Tatum throw a little bit too late, so it's an RBI out for Toby. 1-3. Scoring is McClellan. Going to second base is Pernetti. 5th run of the inning as Toby is given the RBI, his 18th. A nice play by Centeno to knock that one down. That was headed up the middle towards center field. So 2 outs, and here's Mateo Garcia. And now 7-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Garcia has singled and struck out, so he is 1 for 2 in this one. Fastball misses outside from Centeno. 1-0 on Garcia. Came in at .438 on the season. 11 runs batted in. Singled and scored back in the third, then struck out in the fourth. Left-hand hitting right fielder for the Mustangs. Takes that one just a little bit outside and low. 2-0. Cody Borengine, the top of the order on deck. As the Mustangs, with their 9th hitter of the inning, they've scored 5 times here in the 5th. Fastball just misses. 3-0 on Garcia. Centeno looks into Dylan Herforth to get the sign. Fastball on the inside corner. Call that strike 1. 3-1 on Mateo Garcia. On a Pittman High down in Turlock. Pernetti leads off at second base. Fastball, that's in there. Call strike 2 to Garcia. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the 5th. Centeno on in relief of Tyler Moore, who went the first 4 1/3 inning. Breaking balls hit right. Oh, I think it hit the umpire. Did it hit the umpire or hit the edge of the grass? And the ball's out into left field, and that means it's going to be a dead ball, I think, if it hits the umpire. So the runner will have to go back to third. I think that the single will stand. It was a line drive and hit the umpire in the lower extremities, we'll say. Stones, did you get a better look at that one? And he's okay. That's the most important part.
Yeah, it hit him right around the lower leg ankle area. And, in fact, it hit him so quickly that they're sending the runner back to second base because it's an immediate dead ball. And as far as the runner was off, he was closer to second base than he was third, so he's only being given to go back to second base.
Well, he couldn't see what was going on because the umpire was in his way and got in the way of the ball. So they're sending him back to second. They do give the single to Garcia, so he is down at first base. As Stone said, Pernetti returns to second base, and that'll bring up Cody Borengine. He takes outside for a ball. 1-0. I thought they might give him 1 base since they called dead ball, but, when it hit the umpire, he was closer to second base than third. So kind of a break for the Beavers on that one, not a break for the umpire, as that couldn't have felt good. And we give him a bad time, but still we don't want him to get hit by a line drive. That's your friend, Stones, out there. Breaking ball in there for a strike on Boragine, who was grounded to first, singled, and fly to right. So he is 1 for 3, coming in with a .394 average. The center fielder out of North Medford High School in North Medford, Oregon. 10th hitter of the inning for the Mustangs. They have scored 5 times. Throw back to first base. Almost got the runner over there as Garcia was off a little bit. Willie Tatum in behind him, and Centeno throws it over there and close enough to think about for a second, but ruled safe. 1-1 on Boragine. Checking the runner at second now is Centeno. Fastball inside for a ball, 2-1. Trying to get that inside corner. But Centeno behind the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the 5th. Brendan O'Sullivan is on deck. Centeno on in relief of Tyler Moore. Checks the runner at second. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, catches the outside corner, 2-2 on Boragine. 27 runs batted in for Cody on the season. He's up here with the runner at second, also a runner at first. Garcia over at first. It's Pernetti at second. 2-2 pitch. Lifted, short center field. Ott's coming in, still coming in. Now he's got a beat on it, reaches up and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So 5 runs, 5 hits for the Mustangs here in the top of the 5th, and they lead it as we go to the bottom of the 5th, 7-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Going into the bottom of the 5th, time for our Stones McCoy mid-game report. And Stones, I would say that the Beavers doing a pretty good job holding him down, but then the Mustangs did what they've done in the first 2 games, which is put a big number up in one of these innings.
Yeah, I know. Moore, he didn't make any mistakes in the first, 2 innings. Couple of mistakes out on the field in that 3rd inning, allowed 2 to come across, and then, in the 5th, that's just tough. I mean, he made some good pitching. He was controlling the strike zone, trying to get ahead of these hitters right away in the early in the bats. But unfortunately, a couple of bad pitches, a couple of walks, loading up the bases, and they put up a big crooked number.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. They've got 8 guys in their lineup hitting over 300, and they showed it. They had some. They took some good pitches and they turned them around and hit them into the outfield and plated 5 runs in that inning. And so now they've got to go up against a left-hander, Sean Head, who's been very difficult so far.
He's been getting ahead of hitters. He's working the zone, first pitch strikes like that all day today, and the defense behind him has been really good. So yeah, I mean, a pitching performance like this, you don't have to do much.
Yeah, first pitch in there to Willie Tatum for a strike, and Tatum takes the second pitch also in there for a strike. So 0-2, and that's a thing that Sean Head has done after the first 2 innings, I think, is get ahead of the hitters and really work from a position of strength there. And with the big lead, he can go ahead and just get it over the plate. And that one is called strike 3 on Willie Tatum on a pitch that most of us thought was a little bit high. But Tatum is retired on a strikeout, which
that's
10th strikeout for Sean Head in the game. So
is that correct that it's 19 over the last 2 games?
That would be 19. He's got 9 in the first 5 innings of his season, and 10 of them today through 4 1/3 in the first pitch to Ristori is outside. So Christian up here 0-4-1 as he popped out to second base back in the 2nd inning, getting a start out in left field. He pops that one out of play, 1-1. So Beavers just looking to somebody get him a little bit of a spark here, trying to get a base runner. They had Ryland Druck single in the first and a Wyatt Balky walk in the second, but since then, no base runners. That is high and outside on Ristori. So it is 2 balls and 1 strike on Christian. The outfielder from Whitney High, the freshman. Pops that one up, and that is out of play. So 2-2. Story wearing number 15 in the multicolored Beavers uniforms today out here. Darren Eels to follow Christian. Big breaking ball misses high and inside. So that runs the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Right-handed Ristori against the left-hander Sean Head. Looks like Fidel Ulloa is warming up in the pen for the Mustangs. Fidel, a right-handed pitcher, a sophomore out of Lodi. We mentioned just 5 innings on the season so far for Sean Head, so maybe put a limit on his innings. That's fouled back by Ristori. Still early in the season, even though it is their 19th game. That's basically, we're looking at a full conference schedule. This is the second conference series, and so there'll be many more to come. And so Sean Head still working his way into the season. Here's the pitch. Ristori takes ball 4 down low. So third base runner for the Beavers is a Christian Ristori walk in this bottom of the 5th, and that'll bring up Darren Eels, who struck out back in the 2nd. The shortstop is 0 for 1 out of Bear Creek High in Stockton, followed by Anthony Packard. So Ristori down at first base. Mustangs with 2 in the 3rd and 5 in the 5th. They lead at 7-0. Beavers with Darren Eels here at the plate and Ristori at first base. Hopped up, out of play behind us. 0-1 on Darren Eels. A little bit of precip starting to fall out there. We're going to power right through that. It's easy for me to say. I got a roof over my head. Leading at first is Ristori, short lead. Here's the pitch. Eel swings and misses. 0-2. Sean Head out of Independence High in Brentwood, California. Working in his 5th inning here. Doubling his season output. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on strike. So Eels is down for the 2nd time. Strikeout number 11 for Sean Head, and that'll bring up Anthony Packard, who struck out looking back in the 3rd. The freshman out of Colfax, hitting at 204 coming in. Settles in here against Sean Head with Ristori down at first base, taking a short lead over there. Packard takes down low for a ball, so it's 1-0 on Anthony. Number 9 hitter Dylan Herfurth on deck if Packard can keep it going here for the Beavers in the 5th. Packard swings and misses, takes a cut at that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beavers are taking their cuts, they're just not making a lot of contact on a guy who's pitching a heck of a game here for the first 5 innings. Packard takes that one down low, so he's ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. We are in the 5th inning here at Beaver Field on a game moved from Saturday at 1 to Thursday at the hospitable hour of 10 a.m. And many of us still reeling from that revelation. Packard pops that one out of play, so it's 2-2. Got notification yesterday the game was being changed to 10, and Stones let me know. He says, then I got to be there at 8:30, and I hadn't thought about the fact that, we can't just show up at 10. I mean, that would be bad enough. I mean, that's early enough, right? But, 2-2 pitches high, 3-2. There is a certain amount of preparation that needs to be done, at least by Stones McCoy. The newly birthdayed Stones McCoy, who now has a long way to go till his next birthday. That's the way I look at it. You got 364, mister. Or is it 3? No, it's 364. 3-2 pitch is chopped down the third base, handled down there by Toby. Gets it across the diamond off the base, but tagged out by Grant MacArthur is Anthony Packard for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, a runner left. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Mustangs 7, Beavers nothing.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the sixth, 7-0 Mustangs. Brendan O'Sullivan, Dominic Rodriguez, and Grant MacArthur, the first three in the Mustangs lineup against David Centeno, who came on in relief of Tyler Moore back in the fifth inning. Tyler 4 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs. And now Centeno working against Brandon O'Sullivan, who has walked, singled, and then walked again. He has an RBI. He has a run scored. He's the shortstop out of Amador Valley High School. First pitch is in there for a strike from Centeno. The right-hander out of Roseville is ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Another fastball, that one in there on the outside corner. 0-2 quickly on Brendan O'Sullivan. Breaking ball is high and outside, 1-2. Usually talk about the snack bar when we're in here. Not sure that it's open today. Not sure that the word got to lovely Elizabeth that we're starting at 10 o'clock on a Thursday. 1-2 pitch breaking ball just a little bit too high, 2-2. But, I mean, there's old menus thrown around here, so, you know, tater tots. The tater tots are just, like, magnificent down there. 2-2. Hit on the ground toward first base. Tatum has knocked her aside. He's got to get up, drop, and puts his right foot on the bag. He was going to his left, and then the ball hit the grass and squirted back to his right, so Willie had to get over and knock it down. Centeno came over to help cover, but Willie took it himself. A fine play by Willie Tatum for the first out of the inning, and then bring up Dominic Rodriguez. Fly to center was hit by a pitch and an RBI double for Rodriguez today. The double, the RBI, his 27th on the season. Came in at 358 and takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. One of 3 straight RBI doubles for the Mustangs in the fifth. Rodriguez, MacArthur, and Mock. Breaking balls inside. Chuckle thinking of Willie Tatum. Saw him move to his left very quickly, and when that ball hit the grass and spun back to his right, he almost lost his balance and had to get back up and make the play. Much more difficult play than a grounder to first should have been. But he took care of it. Rodriguez up here with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. That's high with a fastball, 2-1. Right-hand hitting Rodriguez coming to us from Turlock. Hits that one out sharply toward Eels at shortstop, and he's going to bobble it, and reaching first will be Rodriguez. So it'll be an error on the shortstop. Rodriguez down at first base. Second error of the day for the Beavers. And that will bring up Grant MacArthur, who has flied to center and singled and doubled. So Grant is 2 for 3 today. His fly to center was actually a line drive to right center that Dominic Ott made a fine running catch on back in the second inning. MacArthur at 3:45 coming in. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Picked up his 26th and 27th RBIs today. So Grant now 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Fouls that one back to the screen. Quickly 0-2 on Grant MacArthur. Logan Mock, the catcher, to follow, hitting in the 5 spot in the Mustang order today. Leading off at first is Rodriguez. Throw over there by Centeno. Very lazy throw. Just to keep the idea that Rodriguez can't take on. 0-2 coming up to MacArthur. Fastball high. 1-2. MacArthur, we don't have any numbers. I'm going to say 6'2", maybe 235. 6'1", 6'2", Stone says. That's hit sharply out toward second. Druck has it on a hop, flips it to short for 1. Eels to first base. They're going to get the 4. 6-3 double play for the Beavers. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Mustangs 7, Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Pitching change for the Mustangs as we go into the bottom of the sixth. Fidelio Loa is the new hurler, the right-hander, coming out here making his 4th appearance. 0-1 on the season. And he will be in relief of Sean Head, who went the first 5 innings. Struck out 12, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the Mustangs. So he was very, very impressive. Just the 1 hit, no runs, of course. Loa comes on. He will face Dylan Herfurth, then Dominic Ott and Ryland Druck, the first 3 hitters for the Beavers here in the 6th. As Crazy Train reverberates, and unfortunately Stones McCoy thinks he can sing, so now he is singing Crazy Train, which is odd. It was not good. Loa's first pitch swung on and missed by Dylan Herfurth, who struck out back in the 3rd inning. Loa out of Lodi High School in Lodi, California, delivers the 2nd strike to Herfurth. 0-2 pitch coming up. Popped up infield. MacArthur calling now. McClellan calls him off and makes the catch for the first out as Herfurth pops up to second base. And that'll bring up Dominic Ott, who struck out twice against Sean Head. Ott, 280 on the season, a home run and 9 runs batted in. Low at 6'2", 195. First pitch is lined over the third baseman's head into left field for a base hit. So Ott gets the 2nd hit of the game for the Beavers. He is down at first base with 1 out, and that will bring up Ryland Druck, who has the first hit of the game for the Beavers back in the 1st inning off of Sean Head. So Sean Head, 2 walks and 11 strikeouts. No runs over his 5 innings. And here is Ryland Druck. Loa's first pitch goes all the way back to the backstop, bounces back to the catcher, DeMock, sliding in at second base and barely making it as Ott, although the ball was knocked out of the second baseman's glove. So Ott goes to second on the wild pitch, which almost was too wild for the Beavers' liking as it bounced right back to Logan Mock, who gunned it down to second base, but Ott is safe. And Ryland Druck with a 1-ball, no-strike count. Ryland is 5 for 10 in the series so far, hitting at a .286 clip with 8 runs batted in. Right-hand hitting second baseman. The lowest pitch is chopped down toward third, picked up by Toby, across the diamond and gets Ryland Druck at first base by a step for the second out. So Druck is retired 5-3, and that brings up Evan Rice. The DH today for ARC. Rice has struck out twice, so he is 0 for 2. Came in at 231. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander Fidel Ulloa. Right down the middle call strike against Evan. 0-1 on the freshman out of Wood Creek High. Slightly open stance from the right side by Evan Rice. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Mock, but it's going to be enough to allow Ott to go down to third base. Second wild pitch of the inning, and Logan got that one. He's going to take a break here for a second and walk that one off as he tried to block it. The umpire goes out to talk to Fidel Ulloa and just kind of pass the time of day with him to allow Logan enough time to sufficiently recover. But what catcher ever really sufficiently recovers? Because once you decide, Stones McCoy, that you're going to be a catcher, you're in for a lifetime of pain.
Absolutely.
It's like being a parent.
And that one caught him in his offhand, too, and he didn't have his free hand behind him in that. So when it came up and bounced and hit him, and you're freezing up here, you can only imagine what that felt on the knuckles.
Why you got to point it at me?
Well,
anyway, thank you so much for that. Another valuable contribution to make fun of me. I like that. 1-1. Ott now at third. Rice hits a ground ball out towards shortstop. O'Sullivan has it across the diamond for the out. So no runs, a hit, one left. We go to the seventh. Mustangs 7, Beavers nothing.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Well, if you told me we'd make it to the top of the seventh, Stones, I didn't think I would believe you, but here we are in the top of the seventh, and so far so good weather-wise, although not so good for the Beavers score-wise.
Absolutely, and it's just getting colder, so...
great, thanks for bringing that up.
Let's play some good defense and put up 7 runs.
Logan Mock, Brian McClellan, Josh Pernetti, those are the dulcet tones of Stones McCoy, who says, since it's my radio network, I have to be on the air, which I respect in a way. First pitch is lined into left field for a base hit for Mock, his second hit of the day. That is hit number 11 for the Mustangs. Mock had struck out and flied to right, then an RBI double in the fifth, and now the single in the seventh. Hitting at 370 coming in, and here's Brian McClellan, who has struck out twice and been hit by a pitch, has scored a run back in the fifth. Second baseman with a 375 average out of Vacaville, 1 home run and 20 batted in. He pops that one down the right field line. Balke giving chase. He's got a beat on it now, picks it out of the air, makes the catch. Nice play by Wyatt Balke. That was a strange-looking slicing line drive by McClellan. He is retired, and that brings up Josh Pernetti. Josh grounded to second in the second, then singled to right in the fourth, and singled again in the fifth, and got the RBI in the fifth. So he has 12 runs batted on the season now, 2 for 3. 2 of 5 coming in today with a pair of home runs. First pitch is outside from Centeno. 1-0 on Bernetti. Tyler Tobey, the third baseman, to follow. Bernetti takes that one. It's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mustangs with 2 runs in the third and then 5 runs in the fifth. They chase Tyler Moore. 5 runs on 5 hits, including 3 straight RBI doubles. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bernetti hits that one sharply down the first base line, but foul to the left of Willie Tatum, who turns around to look at the home plate umpire and signal that it was foul, just to corroborate what they had already said. So the left-hand hitting Bernetti down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slightly closed stance from that left side against David Centeno, freshman right-hander out of Roseville. Lead at first base by Mock. Here's the pitch, high and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bernetti out of Ceres High School. That's hit sharply on a hop toward Druck, off his glove, off his leg, into right field for a base hit. And going around to third is Mock, Logan Mock around to third. That was a sharp shot at Druck. He had to it was a do-or-die situation, and that was a very tough play as a line drive that hit right in front of him. And it ricocheted out into right field. Balke came in and picked it up, but Mock easily around to third, and Bernetti has his 3rd straight hit. 2 hits here in the 7th, and that'll bring up Tyler Tobey, who struck out, sacrificed, and had an infield ground out that drove in a run back in that 5th inning. A line drive off of the glove of David Centeno. He hits that one into left field. It is down in front of the left fielder for a base hit. Nice block by Ristori out there to keep him from going past him, but it's an RBI single for Tobey. 3rd hit of the inning. Mock scores, moving to second base is Bernetti. Tobey with his 2nd run batted in, 19th of the season, and that will bring up Mateo Garcia. Garcia has singled twice and struck out, so he is 2 for 3. Came in with a lofty .438 batting average and has done nothing to hurt that so far here this afternoon. As inside, it's going to get past Hereford all the way back to the backstop. The wild pitch allows the runners to move up 2nd and 3rd now. Still just 1 out here, 1 run in. 8-0 in favor of the Mustangs. We are in the top of the 7th. Garcia with 11 runs batted in on the season. The right fielder from Pittman High down in Turlock. Infield in, Centeno's pitch is fouled back to the screen, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Not back at Beaver Field here until the 23rd against Sierra College. It's our next baseball appearance. Now we've got softball scheduled for next Tuesday against Modesto. That, I believe, a 3 p.m. first pitch, and then on Saturday the 18th, a doubleheader against Sac City. So check out and subscribe to American River College Athletics on YouTube. That's the line right back up the middle, off Centeno's glove into center field for a base hit. 2 runs will score easily, and that will make it 10-0 in favor of the Mustangs. A 2-run single by Mateo Garcia, his 3rd hit of the day. Bernetti scores and Tobey scores. And I think Centeno's going to take a second. Hopefully that got him not on his body, but only on the glove. But he is taking time out there, and we're going to step back here as they minister to David Centeno in the top of the 7th with the Mustangs leading 10-0.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
David Centeno still back on the mound. Our medical reporter is Stones McCoy. And Stones, what did you see?
Yeah, that line drive back up the middle. He got a glove on it, but not enough of a glove. It actually slapped off the glove and hit him in the forehead. I think he took enough of the steam off of it because he's still out there.
He's still out there. He warmed up. They talked to him for a while and made sure he was okay, and he is okay. And back out to pitch to Cody Borangine, who lines one down the left field line foul. Cody is 1 for 4 so far in this one. So Garcia over at first base with the 2-run single. 3 runs in the inning. And Borangine, who is grounded out to first, singled, fly to right and fly to center. That one is outside for a ball. So I thought when you talked about hitting it off as a glancing blow off, maybe off the forehead, then, inclination is to err on the side of caution. But David looks none for wear. He throws to first base, and safe back in is Mateo Garcia. So, because you don't want to take any chances, but obviously there was 3 or 4 people out there checking out on David, and he passed all their tests, and he looks none the worse for wear, thank goodness. And here's Borangine. That is high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike on Cody. 27 runs batted in, a .394 average coming into this one for Borangine, the center fielder for the Mustangs. That one is just a little bit outside. 3-1, Brendan O'Sullivan on deck. Lead at first by Garcia. And that one sails outside, ball 4. So Centeno surrenders the base on balls to Borangine. Runners at first and second now with just 1 out here in the 7th inning, and it's Brendan O'Sullivan to the plate. He is walked, singled, walked, and grounded to first. So he is 1 for 2, has driven in 1, has scored 1. The shortstop out of Amador Valley High. Centeno checks the runners at first and second. Pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 on O'Sullivan. Dominic Rodriguez, the number 3 hitter on deck. Big breaking balls high, gets past Herford all the way back to the screen. And moving up are Borangine and Garcia, now to second and third. Looks like actually Max Mendoza is on deck to bat for Dominic Rodriguez. But right now it's 1-1 on Brendan O'Sullivan. Centeno checks with Herford, gets his sign. Infield in on the corners for the Beavers. Fastball caught the outside corner. Call strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 runs in the inning, 10-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Breaking balls hit up high in the air to center field. Ott's coming in, still coming in. Makes a diving try, can't get it. It drops in front of him. 1 run will score. It's an RBI single for O'Sullivan. And the 4th run of the inning, 5th hit for Delta as Garcia comes across the plate. Sullivan just put it in the perfect spot. Dominic Ott playing in medium deep center field, not able to do anything about it. And now we're going to have a meeting at the mound. I think we're going to get a pitching change for the Beavers. We'll step away in the top of the 7th. The Mustangs 11, Beavers nothing.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Miles Myers, the new pitcher for the Beavers, the right-hander out of Placer and Sac State, 6'3" and 210 pounds. And while we have a second, Stones McCoy, I try to tell people about the benefits of subscribing and everything to American River College YouTube channel and everything. I don't do a very good job, and I'm hoping maybe you can do a little bit better.
Well, the best thing to do, and this is the way to always be on top of what's happening with American River College Athletics, is to subscribe to that YouTube channel, American River College Athletics on YouTube. And, you can always subscribe to Stones Radio Networks on YouTube as well, because every game that we've ever done for AR has also gone on that website as well. So you got two options. You're going to get two alerts if you subscribe to both of them. There's no way that you can ever miss a game.
And may I say that if you do subscribe to Stones Radio Networks, and we want you to subscribe for American River College stuff to American Rivers, but we do other stuff on Stones Radio Networks, including in the summertime, we do Lincoln Potter Summer Baseball. We're doing it 5 years. We're doing it this summer, and maybe something that you might want to discover.
Absolutely. I mean, the baseball fans out there, if you're watching us here, we've got more college baseball coming to you after this season ends. Starting in the end of May all the way through August, we've got Lincoln Potter's baseball. And then on top of that, if you were looking for some good old-fashioned sports talk, like back in the good old days, there's this amazing show that's on Stones Radio Networks right now. It's called The Old Fashioned 3.
I've heard of that
I think you've heard of it because you may be on it.
I'm on it.
Another gentleman by the name of Whitey Gleason is on there.
Also on it.
And then a Sacramento legend, of course, Jerry Reynolds from the Sacramento Kings.
One of the three legends on the show.
No. He is the legend. You guys just are there.
So if you do Stones Radio Networks, you'll get alerted to the Lincoln Potters Summer League. Also, Lincoln Potters college players and some community college players as well. So you might see some familiar names out there during the summer. So Stones, well done. Good case for people and doing some subscribing to American River College YouTube and Stones Radio Networks YouTube. And, of course, he has a vested interest because he is Stones of the Stones Radio Networks, but we won't go into that, the ramifications. And we will welcome Max Mendoza from Sokol High School. The freshman is up here to bat for Dominic Rodriguez with runners at first and third. And Miles Myers' first pitch is grounded down to third. Packard has it. Over to second for one. Druck turns it to first. They got the double play. Good job by Miles Myers. Comes in and gets the 5-4-3 double play right away. 4 runs, 5 hits in the inning for the Mustangs, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. They lead at 11-0.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the 7th, Fidel Ulloa, the second pitcher for the Mustangs, that's still out there on the mound. The right-hander will face Wyatt Balke, Willie Tatum, and Christian Ristori. 4, 5, and 6 for the Beavers here in the bottom of the 7th. And Stones, I know you're a big Giants fans, and if you'll remember the days back at Candlestick when they went to the night games and used to give the Quadriguer out for people who bear. I think the people here in the stands for this one should get some sort of medal as well.
I think they all deserve. I don't deserve anything, but they deserve everything.
Ulloa's pitch is fouled off by Wyatt Balke. Yes, it's quite chilly out here, and we do have a hearty group of fans out there, and they are not giving any quarter. They are still out there, and they're ready to see this one until the end. 0-1 on Balke, who has walked and struck out so far in this one. 0-1 for Wyatt, 282 on the season. He takes that fastball low and outside. Ulloa, according to Stones McCoy, who has connections with all the radar guns in the area, is in the mid to high 80s out here, touching up on 90 perhaps, the big right-hander out of Lodi. That's hit up high in the air to center field from Balky. Moving over is Boragine, and he makes the catch in left center field. So Balky hit the ball well, but he is retired on a fly ball to left center field. One out, and Willie Tatum is the hitter. Willie struck out twice so far today. Up here for his third time. This is the first time against Ulloa. Christian Ristori on deck for the Beavers. We are in the bottom of the seventh. Sailing fastball is high to Willie Tatum, so the sophomore out of Grant is ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Ulloa in relief of Sean Head, who went the first 5 innings, gave up 1 hit and struck out 11. That fastball is in there for a strike. Sean Head looking to go to 2-0 on the season. And imagine he will be a headache for some Big 8 conference teams for the remainder of the season. That's lined down the right field line. Tatum's got himself a base hit on his horse. Garcia's got it, picks it up. Willie's going to go for 2. The throw in is a little bit late, and Willie Tatum has himself a 1-out double here in the bottom of the 7th. Lined that one down the right field line and kept going. Never thought about stopping at first. Garcia playing him straight away, had to go over almost to the line to pick it up, and Tatum makes it into second easily. He's out there with 1 out, and here's Christian Ristori, who has popped out to second and walked. So Christian 0 for 1 so far today. Getting the start out in left field for Coach Jay and the Beavers. And he's up here with a runner in scoring position, which hasn't happened that often for the Beavers in this one. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. Oh and 1 to Ristori. Darren Eels, the shortstop, to follow. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Logan Mock. 1 ball and 1 strike on Christian Ristori. Although it takes a look back at second base at Willie Tatum. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is Ulloa's 5th appearance on the season. He started 2 games. 0-1. 8 innings before today, so he is working in his 10th inning now. That one is just low on Ristori. 2-2 for Christian. We're in number 15 for the Beavers today. They're a very colorful, multicolored outfit. Red, blue, white. Very patriotic. Yeah, red, white, blue, red, blue, white. It's still the same thing. Always have to criticize. 2-2. Ristori chops that one down to first base. Short hopped over there. Nice play by Grant MacArthur. Get the short hop and retire Ristori at first. Going to third is Tatum. 2 outs, and here is Darren Eels, the shortstop. Darren, 2 strikeouts so far today, so he is over 2. Looking for RBI number 9 on the season, and that would be Willie Tatum, about 90 feet away. Three hits for the Beavers so far in this one. That's chopped foul right at the dugout of the Beavers down the third base side, so it's 0-1 on Darren Eels. Anthony Packard, the third baseman, to follow if Darren can keep it going here in the 7th. Breaking ball is in there for a strike, 0-2. Ulloa out of Lodi High School, which I do not know their mascot. I do not like that. I like knowing all the mascots, and I don't know Lodi. It is not the Grapes. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the 8th. Mustangs 11, Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 8th, Miles Meyer out there. He threw one pitch and got out of the 7th inning, so he'll see if he can continue that magic against Grant MacArthur, Logan Mock, and Brian McClellan, although it looks like we might have some new hitters over there. But it will be Grant MacArthur starting it off. Meyer, the sophomore, out of Placer High. 6'3" right-hander. Finishing up his warm-up tosses under the watchful gaze of the umpire. Looking to see, make sure there's nothing untoward about his warm-up tosses. Somehow did not think we'd make it to the 8th inning today. I thought maybe Mother Nature would say, you guys have played long enough. But no, she's enjoying the game, probably checking it out on the YouTube. It's like, hey, this is pretty fun. I'll check this out. He did say to me that the PA announcer sounds a little bit drab today. Yeah, not doing his usual job over there, like he just got up or something like that. Yeah, just sauntered in before the first pitch. So here's Grant MacArthur. Fly to center, RBI single, RBI double play. So 2 for 4 so far in this one. Right-hander against Miles Meyer. Fastball is high. 1-0. I think this is Myers. We said Miles' 9th appearance of the season. 1-0 on MacArthur. That one's hit high and deep to left field. Going back is Ristori, still going back, and that one is out of here. Grant MacArthur hits one over the left field fence to make it 12-0 in favor of the Mustangs. That's his 6th home run of the season. He now has 3 runs batted in this game to push that total to 28. And MacArthur goes yard to left field. No surprise, really coming in with 5 home runs. So that makes 6, and that will bring up Logan Mock. The umpire writing in there, so I think we got a pinch hitter. I can't see the number. Garner Christensen is going to hit for Logan Mock. So Christensen comes in for Logan Mock, who went 2 for 4 while he was in there. Christensen, a left-handed hitter, takes it outside for a ball. Garner from Burlington Edison in Washington, which I like that name already. Left-handed here, waiting for the second pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 2. So Mock was 2 for 4 while I was in there. He drove in 1. He scored 2, and he is giving way to Garner Christensen, who's also listed as a catcher. So assuming he will go ahead and take over the duties from Logan in the bottom of the 8th. That's it sharply out towards second. Druck stays down on it. Gets it over to Willie Tatum for the out at first base. 1 down, and Brian McClellan, the next hitter. McClellan had a couple of strikeouts, was hit by a pitch and fly to right. This looks like a new hitter, number 5, Jay Sean Wise. So Wise comes on for McClellan. Jay Sean out of Benicia, a freshman. They used to be the Panthers. I don't know if they still are. Right-handed hitter against Myers. Breaking ball. Drops in there for a strike. 0-1 on Jay-Sean Wise. So Christensen hit for Mock and Wise hitting for McClellan. Miles Meyer, the third pitcher. Breaking ball again, swung on and fouled at the plate. So it's 0-2 on Wise. Tyler Moore started, then David Centeno, and now Miles Meyer. Beavers don't have a game until next Tuesday. Breaking ball's chopped out towards short. Eels comes in and takes a bat hop right over his head into left center field. So the old bat hop single for Jay-Sean Wise. He is down at first base. And that will bring up Josh Pernetti, the DH. Eels got in front of that one and just hit something. If it was the edge of the infield or grass or not, it just hopped right over his head. Nothing he could do about that one. And here is Pernetti. Pernetti grounded to second, a sharp grounder back in the second, then singled in the fourth, the fifth, and the seventh. So 3 hits for Pernetti today. He swings and misses at a fastball from Meyer. 0-1. Wise leading at first, not being held on by Willie Tatum. Pernetti came in at 205 with 11 runs batted in, has his 12th today and also 3 hits. The left-handed hitter out of Ceres High School. The 0-1 pitch is called, strike 2 at the knees, so it's 0-2 on Josh Pernetti. Tyler Tobey, the third baseman, to follow. 17 hits now for the Mustangs. They have reached double digits in scoring in all 3 games of this series. That's inside. I think it hit him. Breaking ball hit Pernetti, so he's going to go down to first base. Going to second is Wise. Losing him after getting up quickly was Miles Meyer. And that will bring up Tyler Tobey. He has struck out, sacrificed, grounded out, and singled. Has 2 runs batted in on the day. Gives him 19 for the season. He's up here with 2 on and 1 out in the 8th inning, which was led off by a home run from Grant MacArthur. His 6th of the season. Tobey stands in. Here's Myers looking back at second base. That's hit hop high in the air to short right field. Balky's going out. Druck is going out. He's going to make the catch in short right field. Infield fly was called on that play, so Tobey is out. Second out of the inning, and here's Mateo Garcia. Mateo, the freshman out of Pittman High School, has singled 3 times and struck out, driven in 2 runs. Those were back in the 7th inning, giving him 13 on the season. So he is 3 for 4. Came in at 438 for the Mustangs. First pitch is a fastball. Misses high and outside. 1-0. Cody Borangine, the top of the order, on deck. Garcia now 7 for 11 in this series. Myers taking his time getting a sign from Herforth. Now he's ready to go. Breaking ball, caught the corner. In there for a strike. 1-1 on Mateo Garcia. Five in the 5th and 4 in the 7th for the Mustangs. A couple of big innings. They put up big innings in all 3 games. That's lined into left center field. That's down for a base hit. Runner coming around third. Wise, he will score. Going into third is Pernetti. The throw comes back to second. And in there with a double is Mateo Garcia. His 4th hit, his 3rd run batted in. Wise scores. Moving to third is Pernetti. 2nd run of the inning. 13-0 for Delta, and here is Cody Borangine. Garcia with 4 hits on the game, 3 runs batted in, gives him 14 on the year. And here's Borangine, who is grounded out, singled, flied out twice, and walked. Fastball misses the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes on Boragine. Brendan O'Sullivan, the shortstop, on deck. That one is down low for a ball. 2-0. Boragine from North Medford, Oregon. Came in at .394. 1 for 4 so far. Has a run scored. Has 27 driven in for the season. Got Garcia out at second. He's got Pernetti over at third. Takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. 2-1. Left-hand hitting center fielder against the right-hander Miles Meyer. Tyler Moore started for the Beavers, then David Centeno and Meyer, the third pitcher. Got a 2-1 count on Boragine. Breaking ball in there for a call strike. Thought it might be a little bit high, but the call given to Miles Meyer, so it's 2-2 on Cody Boragine. We are in the top of the 8th here at Beaver Field on the campus of American River College in lovely Sacramento, California. Chilly Sacramento, I will say that. Chilly, but lovely. 2-2 coming up. Breaking ball, that is high, so it's 3-2. First base open over there as O'Sullivan waits on deck. Myers comes set. 3-2 pitch coming up to Boragine. Chop back up the middle. Eels cuts it off in front of second base. Takes his time. Throws to first in the dirt. Scooped up by Willie Tatum. Nice play by Tatum at first base. 2 runs, 3 hits. Left 2 at the end of 7.5. It's Delta 13, Beavers nothing.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the 8th, Fidel Ulloa out there on his 3rd inning of work in relief of Sean Head. He will face Anthony Packard, Dylan Herfurth, and Dominic Ott. 8, 9, and 1 for the Beavers, who are looking to break through here. Just 3 hits on the day for ARC. Check swing by Packard. It's a call. No, I thought it was going to be a call strike. He turned the body like he was going to ram up, but no, it is not. So it's 1 ball, no strikes on Anthony, the freshman out of Colfax, who was struck out and grounded to third so far today. Pops that one over to the right side and out of play. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Dylan Herfurth waits on deck. Packard, 6'3", settles in. That is a fastball, just misses inside, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 8th. Packard leading it off for ARC. Chops that one foul back to the screen, so it's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sean Head went the first 5 innings, gave up just 1 hit and struck out 11. Ulloa has gone the last 2 innings. Just a single strikeout. He's allowed 2 hits but no runs. Down in the dirt. And Garner Christensen is in. He batted for Logan Mock, so he is behind the plate. Three balls and two strikes. Chop foul again by Anthony Packer, so he stays alive. Max Mendoza out in left field. He hit for Dominic Rodriguez. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. So it stays at 3-2. Jason Wise in at second base. He took over for Brian McClellan with a bat hop single up the middle in the top of the 8th. Still 3-2 to Anthony Packard. Takes it on the outside corner, call strike 3. Second strikeout for Ulloa. One out here in the 8th, and it brings up Dylan Herforth, who struck out in the 3rd and then popped to second in the 6th. The catcher out of El Camino High School, the Eagles. Freshman up against Ulloa. That one is in there for a strike, 0-1. That's a line drive down to third base, handled down there by Tyler Tobey. And the second out is recorded. Down on one knee to get the line drive, was kind of tailing away from him, but he made the play for the second out, and it'll bring up the top of the order in Dominic Ott. Ott has struck out twice and singled, so he is 1 for 3 in this one. 280 coming in for Dominic. Has a home run this season. Swing and a miss off-speed pitch. 0-1 on Dominic Ott. Sophomore out of Wood Creek. That's in the dirt, 1-1. We were talking about Lincoln Potter's Summer League, and Dominic Ott actually he is a Lincoln Potter, which he played for the Potters, which makes him a Potter legend. And so if you need to find out about Potters baseball, you can ask Dominic Ott if you come across him. Fouls that off the screen, or back to the screen, off the glove of the catcher, Christensen, so it's 1-2. If I recall, Dominic Ott acquitted himself quite well out there as a Lincoln Potter early in the season. Here's the 1-2. Popped up. Catcher coming over. Christensen, will he have room? No, he will not. It's in the first row of the stands, which still, the stands still including a fine sprinkling of fans out here. Again, hardy fans who are, it's not like it's shirt sleeve weather. I mean, there's various numbers of layers between 1 and 4 of clothes. Mostly around 3 is I think over-under is 2.5. How many layers of clothing you're going to have. Ott takes that one in the dirt. 2-2 now on Dominic. Couple of blankets. Also bags of sunflower seeds. I never understood sunflower seeds. Really didn't get them. They're kind of a staple, I know that. Just did not get on that train. 2-2 to Dominic. Check swing outside, ball 3. Good job to hold up on that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No, Big League Chew, okay. Now you're talking. That was a Peanuts guy, It was not the sunflower seeds guy. 3-2 pitches fouled off, so Ott continues up there. 2 outs here in the 8th. Ryland Druck on deck if Dominic can get something started off Fidel Ulloa. The right-hander out of Lodi. Sophomore. 3-2 pitches outside, ball 4. So good and bad by Dominic Ott. Waits out Ulloa. Gets the base on balls. And that brings up Ryland Druck, who singled back in the 1st, popped to 1st in the 4th, grounded to 3rd in the 6th. So Ryland is 1 for 3. 5 for 11 in the series is Ryland Druck. The second baseman comes in at 286. And 8 runs batted in for the Beavers. Odd over at first base, not being held on by MacArthur. Waves at that one, but I guess it's a check swing. Looked like more than a check swing to me, but then again, what do I know? 1-0 on Ryland Druck. Fidelio Ulloa looks like he's kind of thin. I kind of thought he swung at that. But he's too polite a gentleman to say anything to the umpire, and I commend him for that. Ott leads at first base, 1-0 pitch. Ryland fouls it back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Had a good cut at that one. Just couldn't catch up to it. So it's 1-1 on Ryland Druck. Freshman from Roseville. Ulloa checks over to first again, not being held on. Druck looked like he was going to bunt it. He did offer at it according to the home plate umpire. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ryland Druck. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Ulloa checking first again. Popped out of play by Ryland. So it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. No canines. No canine count today, Stones. Those 2 guys. I would bring myself to this, but I'm not bringing the dog, you're not doing that. Even your buddy Sam didn't come out today. We'll see him again on the 23rd when we're back for ARC against Sierra. That's always a big one. Sam's not going to miss that. Oh, did that hit him or hit the bat? I think it hit the bat, which just hit the knob of the bat, which is very precise pitching when you think about it. That is not an easy target. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ryland Druck. 2 outs here in the 8th. That is down low and outside, 2-2. No activity we can see in the bullpens for either team. Ulloa working with 2 outs and Ott over at first base via the walk. Fastball right down the middle, call strike 3. No runs, 1 left. We go to the 9th. It's the Mustangs 13, the Beavers nothing.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
In the middle of a brouhaha here in the press box between Stones and some of the people who actually know what they're talking about. Christian Lucero on the mound, the sophomore out of River City, coming on to face the Mustangs here in the top of the 9th. He will face Brendan O'Sullivan and Max Mendoza and Grant MacArthur. Christian appeared in the series yesterday, making a repeat performance, and that one is a ball, 1-0. on O'Sullivan, who has walked, singled, and grounded out. So he is 2 for 3. Lucero coming down from underneath the Submariner, throws one in there for a strike. One ball and one strike. That is just a little bit inside for a ball. 2-1. 13th appearance for Christian Lucero, 18 in the third innings. 4.42 ERA. That one's chopped out towards shortstop. Eels has to pick it up, doesn't pick it up, and drops it for the error. So O'Sullivan will reach base. Third error for the Beavers here today, and brings up Max Mendoza. Max came on for Dominic Rodriguez into a double play back in the 7th inning, so he is 0 for 1. Chops that one down the third baseline. That is foul. Mendoza hitting at 250 coming in today. Swings and misses at a beautiful pitch from Lucero. 0-2 now on Max Mendoza. Looks like Timmy Reeve is on deck to hit for Grant MacArthur. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Beautiful job by Lucero getting Mendoza. And that will bring up Timmy Reeve, the freshman out of Truckee. So Reeve comes on. So Perry Titlow is warming up, the sophomore from Alhambra for San Joaquin, but right now it's Reeve. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 as MacArthur takes a seat. 3 hits, including a home run for Grant. That popped up out of play. Oh, 0-2 to Timmy Reeve. Listed as a pitcher out of Truckee. Watches that one sail just a little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lucero comes set. Reeve fouls that one back to the screen. Actually, I think the weather's getting better as the game goes on, which is odd, because that's not the way it was supposed to work. O'Sullivan leads at first. Reeve takes inside on a fastball from Lucero. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Reeve. Fastball catches. Well, I don't. Wait a minute now. Hold on. He gathered up to call him out. He did everything but punch him out, and then he didn't punch him. Wow. Well, it might have been outside, but if you do the whole thing where you're lining up to punch a guy out, you got to do it. That one's inside. That's ball 4. No problem with that one, but moving down to second is O'Sullivan. Reeve gets the walk. And let's see. We are scheduled to get, it's Garrett Christensen. Garner Christensen, my bad. Garner Christensen, who came on for Mock back in the 8th and grounded to second base. And so he is up here. First pitch is outside for a ball. Jayshawn Wise on deck. One out here in the 9th inning. That's chopped foul off the foot of Garner Christensen. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. conversation in the press boxes about the World Baseball Classic, which is tremendous. That's fouled down the left field line. Not encouraging the fact that the Giants beat the USA team yesterday. I don't know if I like that. Giants actually, they just send the Giants to the World Baseball Classic. I think that's the way that works. If you beat the team, you get to go. Christensen swings and hits it high up in the air. Well hit to right field. Balky on the run, going back. Makes the and drops the ball. He had it and dropped it, and runners will move up one base. So Christensen hit it well, but Balky was underneath it. And O'Sullivan goes to third. Going to second is Reeve. Christensen reaches on the air. The ball gets loose on the infield, and Anthony Packard does a tremendous kick save to keep it from going into the dugout. And Deshaun Wise coming up. Second error of the inning for the Beavers. And here's Deshaun Wise as a scheduled hitter. But he didn't have the right helmet. And that's going to be a problem. So they get him the right helmet, and everything's ready to go. We have these little hiccups in life, and you just got to get around them, and everything's fine. Wise had a bat hop single his first time up when he pinch hit back in the 8th for Brian McClellan. So he's up here with the bases loaded, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 on Wise. Swing and a miss. We call the Frisbee. Lucero throws the Frisbee up there, and Wise, who came in at 188 in limited duty. 0-2. Oh, Sammy is here. Sammy is here. Good. So they heard what you said, Stunts, and they brought Sammy out for you to see him. That's chopped down the third baseline, but foul. Handled nicely by the third base coach, which is a clinic on how to handle that third base coaching spot if you're going to get grounders down the line. Make the play, flip it to the dugout, act like you've been there before. Oh, yeah, Sammy's happy to be here. Wise lines that one straight up the middle for a base hit. One run will score. They're going to send the second run around from third. He will score. It's a 2-run single for Deshaun Wise. And 2 runs batted in for Wise. O'Sullivan scores. And Reeves scores. Moving to second is Christensen. And we have a pinch hitter, Jake Guardiancic. And I'll go with that. It's Guardiancic. Jake Guardiancic is the hitter. Well, he said it a different way, obviously. Hitting for Pernetti, who had a great day, 3 for 4. Or 3 for 4. Swing and a miss by Quinark. Listed as a pitcher. That's the second pitcher that's pinch hit in this inning. Next pitch is outside for a ball. Tyler Tobey on deck. Check swing, and it's in there for a strike, so it's 1-2. Guardiancic. Sophomore out of Heritage High School. Waits for the 1-2. Check swing, call, strike 3. Been sitting on that punch out for a while, was the home plate umpire, so that is 2 outs, and Tyler Tobey the hitter. Tobey has struck out, sacrificed, grounded out, singled, and popped out. So 1 for 4. Does have 2 runs batted in and 1 run scored in this one. Swings and misses at the first offering from Lucero, so it's 0-1 on Tyler Tobey. That one's fouled out of play to our right, so it's quickly 0-2 on Tyler Tobey. Mateo Garcia, the number 9 hitter, is on deck. Takes that one outside for a ball. Act of bravery to take a 2-strike pitch when you're the hitter in a game like this, because the umpire could well decide that he'd had enough. And I would support him in that. 1-2 coming up. Look out. Inside for a ball, 2-2. Toby came in at .404 in this one. Picked up a couple of runs batted in to push his season total to 19. Breaking ball's popped up right side. Tatum tracking it in foul territory. Willie reaches up and makes the catch for the out. 2 runs, a hit and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Mustangs 15, Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
New pitcher is Perry Titlow for the Mustangs. The right-handed sophomore out of Alhambra comes on in relief of Sean Head, who went the first 5 innings, gave up just 1 hit, struck out 11. Fidel Ulloa went the next 3. He gave up 2 hits, no runs, and struck out 3 in that time. So both pitchers, that's 14 strikeouts combined for the Mustangs pitchers. And here is Titlow in here. It will be his 5th appearance of the season, 6 1/3 innings. Just 2 hits, but he has walked 4 in his time. 5.68 ERA for Perry. Here's the pitch. That's grounded sharply down to third base. Waiting for it is Tyler Toby. Across the diamond and gets him by a step. That was Evan Rice, retired 5-3 for the first out here in the 9th inning, and it'll bring up Wyatt Balke, the right fielder. Balke walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, and flied to center in the 7th. So he is 0 for 2 in this one. Wyatt came in at 282. Fastball is outside for a ball. Willie Tatum on deck. Hits it sharply but foul down the third base line. Knocked down by the third base coach, Coach Jay. So he's getting better down there. Didn't handle it cleanly, but that was a tough play. He kept it in front of him, and that's good technique. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball's popped up behind home plate. Christensen calling for it. Now staying with it, but the pitcher came in, and there's Titlow makes the catch. The ball curving back, coming back from the backstop. Titlow came in and backed up Christensen and made the catch for the second out. And with 1 out to go, here is Willie Tatum, who struck out twice and doubled. So Willie, the only extra base hit for the Beavers here today. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. Reminder, we'll be back on Stones Radio Networks and American River College Athletics YouTube next Tuesday. Softball against Modesto. That one's hit high up in the air out to right center field. Right fielder coming over, reaches up and makes the catch. 1-2-3, and that is the ball game. Final score, San Joaquin Delta College 15, American River College nothing. A reminder that we will be back next Tuesday, Modesto, and then on the 18th, a doubleheader against Sac City, also softball. We're back here Thursday the 23rd when the Beavers take on Sierra College Wolverines. As always, on behalf of myself, Mark the Phantom Lowe, and Stones McCoy, we thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next